Hello and welcome back, babies and germs. What do I say next? That's a good question. I'm still getting the hang of making videos for people in this format. Lately, I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of work. It has been work. I had a team of writers and shot list and been filming like short films on TikTok. They look like this. Cool! So, as you can tell by the title of this video, what I want to do today is pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. So anyway, let's just get into the plan, shall we? So I watched the Queens Gambit, like many of you, a few weeks ago, and I was obsessed with the costumes. Hi, it's editing me. I just wanted to pop in and direct you to this wonderful article by Gloria Oladipo. She points out the lack of accurate and diverse representation in the show, and I linked it in the description. She also points out that she liked the show, but we need to start demanding media that represents Black characters in an accurate and thoughtful way. Anyway, I would love if you gave that article a look and let me know what you think about it. I'm going to shift back to costume land. So Gabrielle Bender, the costume designer, said she was inspired by another designer in the 60s named Andre Courage, and later in the series, the 60s looks I'm going to talk about were all inspired by Biba style, or Biba, I don't know. It was basically this like couture store that inspired the mod era. It was very forward-thinking in the 60s, very color blocky looks. Everything about the design of the show is so drop-dead gorgeous. I can't stop gushing about it, but we simply must move on at some point. I love personally what Gabrielle Bender does with subtle colors. The whole tone of the show is very dark in general, but also visually it's very dark. And I think she does a great job of capturing our attention with something that's very classy or something that's very simple, but still conveys tone and meaning and personality. Okay, so the dress I wanted to make today is on screen for about 7 seconds on the last episode during the montage before she plays Borgov. I am obsessed. I can't stop thinking about her. I want to take her out. I want to romance her. I want to wine and dine her. Anyway, I was like, how am I going to do this? I don't really know. And so I thought maybe I'd buy a pattern. And so here's some images of things I was looking at, but these were getting very expensive. And I just thought, why not? I should just try to draft it. This is how you learn. This is how you get better. So I just went for it, and I'm glad I did. Oh, I forgot to mention. So, oh my god, let me look up their names. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I just had 2 waffles. What is going on here? I've been watching a lot of Michaela Tours and Rachel Maxkey, I think is how you say her name. And they're just amazing sewers and designers and like cosplayers and historical costumers. And I love the idea of getting so good at it that I can just look at something and like make it. So I'm gonna just do this to help my own skill set and to have a little fun, if you know what I mean. So let's shift into the design phase. Okay, so I feel silly for getting this, but I've been gone because I've literally had eye surgery. I don't know, it's just, it's impacted me so in such a positive way that I literally forget I ever had this huge disability. My eyes are looking really amazing. Look how straight they are. I used to have a cross eye in both eyes, and it was really debilitating, and I finally decided because we met our deductible, and I've been doing eye therapy for a long time, to get the surgery, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm interested in the future in doing like a, when my stitches are fully healed, like a video about about what it was like for me, because I would love for other people who had strabismus to find it. But yeah, that's mainly the reason I've been gone, and I've just been enjoying my new eyes, and I can't wait to sew with them some more, so.
Chess is an old man's game. Not a bit of it. Little Elaine Saunders, 11 years old, plays her father blindfold and beats him.
First, I measured my body again. What I needed was my bust measurements, my waist, my hips, my arm's eye, my shoulders, my neck, and my shoulder to knee measurements. I also looked at the image of the dress to see where the center of the triangle met and to see how much white fabric was actually on the dress and to try to mimic the length of it. You were so far away. Crepe. It's $46 or $7 pattern. So
Larry took them all on at the same time, a glance at each board in turn being enough for him to see the next move. He's certainly a quick thinker, for out of the
hello, welcome to day 2, also known as Valentine's Day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So now that we're here and it's another day, I have all the math done, I think. So I'm gonna show you what I got, and then I'll cut out the fabrics, and then we'll pin them and we'll start sewing. Okay. All right, here we are, day 2. I cut out the patterns on this paper I stole from my work. So here I was trying to make a second pattern for what the white fabric would be, because it was the same shape as the back of the dress, which I measured and measured again. And I was using this dress that I had in my closet to mimic the shape, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't cutting out too much fabric for the white. I took my time cutting out the fabric because it's a very important part. It also helps with fraying if you cut straight edges. This is fun. I feel like this voiceover is me being my subconscious. Oh, I wonder if I can sense that.
Okay, don't panic. Calm. Blue pants. Well, that'll be the pants. I mean, I had to get the pants.
Here's an overview of what the dress looks like pinned. I'm really nervous about it, and here I am monologuing to the camera about something that I will be completely wrong about in the future. Isn't that so silly? I really had to redo so many parts of this project just because I didn't know how to begin or end. Life is so funny like that. Okay, so here is the front pinned, and I'm watching Confessions of a Shopaholic, I'm pretty sure, and I'm about to sew them, or I just have. What a surprise. Okay. It's looking good. Look at this. Are we looking? Cute. Cute. Cute little frock. Oh my god. Okay, so what I worked on next was the lining. I'm taking a little break to eat some dinner and candy hearts and watch Confessions of a Shopaholic, which is a very good movie. Here I am crying to it, but then here I am cringing to the end. Do you remember the end where all the mannequins clap for her? That's a very weird part of the movie.
Rather a foolish gambit, playing on the beach with the temperature near freezing at Hastings and St. Leonard, but competitive.
Ooh, starting out strong with some ironing today. Very exciting. I just want to make sure that my edges didn't show and my seams were looking very clean, very pristine, if you will. I tried on the lining a French seam. I've never sewn a French seam before. Basically, you sew the wrong sides together, you cut the end, and then you flip it over, and then you sew the right sides together. And there's like a little flippy guy. Okay, so here's the lining. I measured what the actual dress with the hemline will be, and so I cut off this excess so the lining won't show. And I just finished these French seams, which I think turned out pretty good. I'm gonna give them another iron in a little bit. And then I am going to, basically I need to finish this hem, connect the armholes and cut out this interfacing and connect the interfacing and the actual dress to the neckline and the armhole. And then I'm trying to figure out how to connect the lining to the dress. I don't know. The flipping, it's confusing me. Up in this noggin of mine. Okay, so if I'm sewing the interfacing on the lining and I'm sewing it so that it stays, and then when I flip it over, I want it to be dress interfacing lining, then it's the right sides, not the wrong sides together. It's the right sides together. Okay, so new plan. She literally just sewed them together. So I'm going to take apart what I've done, and I'm just deciding that this is easy now. Like, I've just decided that this is going to be easy. So what can I say? Surprise, it wasn't very easy.
Player Eddie Mitchell sees through most of his opponent's moves, even though he's blind. His constant companion, guide dog Sasha.
Here we are on another day, folks. You can't see at all what I'm doing. And to be honest, I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I know I'm sewing something black to something white. Perhaps this is an edge of something. I'm definitely finishing this stitch, which is a good sign. Oh yeah, okay, I'm sewing the interfacing to the project, which turns out I didn't need at all. So I ended up taking that out. That's the joy of starting a project. You have no idea what it looks like because I didn't have any muslin and I wasn't prepared to make a mock-up of the dress. So I just sort of winged it, folks. And that's what I'm doing right now in my life. I just feel like I'm always making a new bobbin, just like all the time, every day. I don't know what number this is, 8 maybe? I don't know. So here I am, like I said, taking out the interfacing because it honestly, once I finished the dress, I had to start over with a lot of elements of the dress because it looked very frumpy 80s frock to me, and that's because there was so much fabric and stuff inside the dress that wasn't measured properly. I didn't know that lining needed to be 2 inches shorter than what the dress is, so I needed to account for that. So I ended up taking apart a lot of the dress. Hi, I feel embarrassed how long this is taking. Basically, I was going to DoorDash tonight, but it's snowing so hard. And I have a rental car right now, so I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do this instead. Basically, I tried the dress on. Technically I'm finished, but the shape of it is so wrong. So I need to figure out where to put darts or where to take in seams. And then I think what I need to do with the slip, with the lining, is take out the arms. I hate this. And recut it. I think it's too big, and I think that's what's making the shape very weird. Also, just the fabric that I picked I think is not the best, but I'll talk about that in the wrap-up. So here we go.
A basic dress like this one.
I gotta go with the number 1.
I so don't know what to do.
Wait, is there anyone present who thinks he can play chess?
What's that? Oh, it's reflection time. Look how the dress turned out. Now that I have about a week of space from it, I don't feel as like overwhelmed with the work that I put in to this teeny tiny dress. My favorite part is how the front turned out. I like how the black and white V turned out, and that was what I was worried about the most. As far as my critiques go, there are a few. I definitely would have chose a different fabric. When I eyeballed it at first, I picked, I was definitely thinking it was something polyester, but now that I'm thinking about the time period and the way that it moves, I think it was something more cottony, or maybe not linen. It was something heavy, heavier than what I had. I straight up just measured wrong. and I never fixed it. So next time I definitely will measure correctly. It turned out to be very short, which I like, but is obviously not the style of the dress. In the TV show, the dress hits the top of her knees. So if I had to go back and fix something, I definitely would have just cut longer and shortened as I went. Oh, and the third thing is just, since I didn't have a pattern and I'm still at this weird beginner intermediate level with my sewing, there's lots of things I just have to look up tutorials on or figure out how to do or what the name of it is. So there was lots of like learning processes where I had to do something and then realize, oh, I did it wrong. And then I had to redo it and then do it and redo it. And so that was kind of frustrating. So I would have just done the lining differently. I would have sewed the necks together and then the sides of the top and then sewed the armholes together and then closed off the sides. But you know, I've just never done lining before, so how was I to know? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I would love it if you're new here, if you would like and subscribe and hit your bell notifications and any other buttons you can find. If you're new here and you didn't like this video, then I already got your views, so there's nothing you can do to take that back. I wish for you to have a restful night of sleep, and I'll see you next time. Oh, it's for you.
Get out of here.
You heard the lady.